So Gears Esports is getting shut down, guys, and although it's a very sad ordeal, at least for me, because I believe that Gears Esports is the best esport in the world. It's my favorite to watch. I think it's incredible from a number of different fronts. I think it's the best third-person shooter that's ever been made, guys. I think it's the best third-person esport ever made as well. And although I'm saddened by the news that it's getting shut down for at least the foreseeable future, I think there's some things that we can take from this that show some promise. And so what I'm getting at is a couple of things. Number one, even though Gears Esports is getting shut down for now, I don't believe that that means it's going to be shut down forever. So what I'm getting at is, number one, the Master Chief Collection or the Gears of War Collection. It sounds like we're going to be getting the Gears of War Collection, guys, which I think is going to be something that's really special. A MCC, Master Chief Collection, esque type of collection from the Coalition, from Gears of War. And I'm very excited about that. What could that lead to, though? Could that lead to the esports scene being greenlit again, where the competition comes in, whether it's for, it's hard to say which game is it going to be that the esports scene would revolve around. Would it revolve around Gears of War 1, 2, 3? Which one is it going to be? It is a really tough thing. But that being said, I think there's some promise that's shown, of course, with the Gears of War collection. Number two, obviously, is going to be Gear 6. So Gear 6 is probably not coming out until 2024, 2025. It sounds like the Gears of War collection is going to be coming out either here in 2022, as the reports are coming out, or in 2023. So it could be that bridge to Gear 6. So could the Gears of War collection just be, obviously something that's very competitive that people are going to be playing, but it's not necessarily going to have, we're not going to have events like we did with Gears of War 4 and Gears 5 from the Coalition. Maybe there's smaller events that are put on by the community and things of that nature. I'll certainly be wanting to get my hands on helping out in that regard, guys, for sure, to create some tournaments and stuff if they don't do this from, the Coalition's perspective. But Gears 6, I think, is really where we may have the Coalition come back into the fray with the Gears esports scene. And if that does happen, I'm incredibly excited about that. Now, there's a couple of things with that, though, guys. I feel like this is our last chance as a community to really get Gears Esports back up off the ground. Because obviously now, a lot of the pro players who are, no longer going to have a job, if that was their full-time job being a pro player for Gears of War Esports, I'm hoping that we've learned our lesson that obviously, asking for insane salaries, in the Gears of War scene, you can't do it until the scene has been built in a certain way, right? And obviously, I'm all for the players getting paid and such, but if they're not creating content for their organizations that they're a part of, if they're not streaming and things of that nature on a consistent basis, a lot of these things is just unsustainable. And we saw so many teams end up leaving the Gears of War scene because the players are asking for so much and the viewership just wasn't there. We've got to really work on building this scene for the future. And I think that, could that really start if we all do our part with Gears of War's collection? I absolutely think so. If we all start really pitching in to create content, or if you don't create content, supporting your favorite creators, supporting your favorite streamers, I think is going to be really important moving forward. We can do this, guys, and I think that Gears Esports can come back, and it can be a sustainable ordeal, not something that just lasts for a few years. I think that it's something that can be, sustainable for the long term. I look at games like Call of Duty, I look at games like CSGO and Valorant, Fortnite, all these games that are way up there, right, that are doing incredible things right now. Not that Gears of War will get to that level. I would love to see it happen. I believe it could get to that level, but even if it could get to, back to where Halo's level is, or, eclipse Halo's levels, I think that's something that's very sustainable and something that we could definitely do if we as a community have learned our lesson about the backlash towards the Coalition and such, and the Coalition has learned from their mistakes as well. I think that this could be a sustainable ecosystem for sure. We just got to play our part, guys, and I think that with the Gears of War collection, sounds like that could be something that could be coming out here in 2022. That could be the real starting point of us really building that relationship again with the Coalition. That could really lead us into Gear 6, which is where I think that they would put, their stamp on Gears Esports seeing as, maybe they want to see how Gears of War's collection does from a competitive perspective or from just a sales perspective as well. I think they're going to be looking at that before really looking to Gear 6. So obviously Gear 6 sounds like it's being worked on behind the scenes right here, right now. Obviously the Coalition's also working on another new IP that we don't know about. But I think that it's very important, guys, that we as the community stick together and we echo the things in existence that we want echoed into existence, that being the esports scene. We want this to come back, guys, but we've really got to, I think there has to be a much better, communication with the Coalition on all things esports, guys, and competition, and even with the game, things that they can do to fix the game and things of that nature. There's a certain way that you have to go about doing that, saying it, and I'm really excited about what that looks like in the future. But what do you guys think? Do you think that Gears Esports is done forever, or do you think it will come back at some point or another? And do you think it'll come back with the Gears of War collection or with Gear 6? Let me know in the comment section down below. And for more Gears of War content and videos, stay here with Zero TV.